Finally, Club, the first half of 2024 is done, but the first half roadmap for Marvel Strike Force is still nowhere to be found. What is going on at Scopely headquarters, and what new things can you expect coming soon to Marvel Strike Force? Is the open all orb button really gone forever, or will it come back? And out of time is the next Farmable team, but will Black Knight become Farmable the same time the rest of his team does? We're discussing all of these things and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, joining me once again all the way from the Shire is Brother Dulom. And if you're ready for all of this and more, then Brother Dulom, let him know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. This is Dulom all the way from the Shire, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel. Usually it's more news videos like this, question and answer videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But Dulom, how has your experience been this week in Marvel Strike Force?
Oh man, it's great watching Old Man Logan fight himself 1v1 in arena for 5 minutes every day. It's a great time. It really is. Crucible's going well. I'm enjoying Crucible. I think the room rules are applying for a lot of variability, so I think Crucible's great. I think the changes to War have made War a lot better, so it's not just, it's just one shots across the board, so that's good. And then we got, our Mephisto changes, which was not great, but it's overall a pretty decent week.
Yeah, I got my first Mephisto in Cosmic Crucible this week.
No.
It went okay. The overall battle, that one battle went well, but the overall Crucible just ran out of steam for that. But one major change that we have is open all orb button. We had it in the game for a long time. When they gave us a bunch of orbs, it crashed the game, went away, came back, went away again because it still had some issues. And the latest they say here, open all orb button update. The MSF team knows the ability to open all of your orbs at once is an important feature in the game, so we wanted to provide you with a quick update on its return. Spoiler alert, Doodle, it ain't returning. The stability of the game is our still top priority, so resolving the open all orb issue is being approached with the utmost care. So at this time, we do not have a current plan or date for its return, and we hope to share a target date in the near future, so stay tuned. Is this coming back? Is there no way to code this so that it's not going to crash the system?
It seems not, which is kind of strange because it was in the game for so long and it didn't affect anything. And it's so frustrating to hit that 10x over and over and over again. But if it's never going to come back, the orb updates that's right below that, what they're doing there, just do that for every orb in the game that's not like gold orb or training orbs. So we can open up our armory orbs, 16s, 15s, all that stuff. So it's technically 100x rather than 10x. And solve the problem, scrap open all, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you could 100x would solve a lot, right? If you just added that, because that's not as bad. You could do that 10 times, that's 1,000 orbs, very, very easy. But 10x, it's not as good. So yeah, I hope they do something like that. Bring this back. Is it even possible for them to code this? Is there so much load on the server every time it gets pinged? Is it not even possible for them to bring this back?
I don't know. It's odd. It's really weird because, like I said, it's been in the game for so long. Why is it now all of the sudden a problem? Like, is it just that they're throwing so many orbs at us? Because we have, like, obviously, when it came out, I think it was just G17. We have G18 orbs, G19 orbs, teal raid orbs, teal epic orbs. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, there's so many orbs that need to be consolidated that I think is causing the problem. And I don't know if they can find a workaround for it.
I got thousands and thousands of orbs that I don't even look at. Are you opening orbs now, or are you waiting for this to potentially return, or some fix in the 10x type system?
If I'm really desperate for gold, I'll open my armory 16s because I have a lot of those. But honestly, not really.
I didn't think about that. I should do that as well. If
you have 1,000 orbs, it's 1,000,000 gold. So is it a lot?
That's a good point there.
But hey, it's 1,000,000 gold.
That's like a half a level for one of my characters.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, it's not worth it for a lot of them, though. Honestly, it's really not worth it unless you're missing gear and you're I really need the gear, then go for it. But it really isn't worth it.
One last question. Have you opened all your Greek raid orbs?
I think so. Yeah, I think I did. I never let those build up because I knew just for some reason they were never going to update it. So I always opened them up like every day. It was always just part of my habit to scroll all the way to the bottom.
I had a surplus. I was like, yeah, the gold's not there. Just Ultimus food. I don't need to open these right away. But well, hopefully this open all orb budget returns very soon, or they get some kind of more workaround with this, giving 100x or open 100x orb button. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I think I did. All right, let's move on. Battle World. When are we getting Battle World? We have a 2023 blog roadmap here. This is the latest that we have on anything coming to the game. It is now June, which means the first half of 2024 is done in the year. Where is the first half of 2024 roadmap? Because obviously the first half of the year is done. So are we just going to get one roadmap this year? What do you think is going to happen with this?
I think we'll get another roadmap. I think the issue is, and what we've been told and told the community before is there was issues, so they delayed it, which personally, I prefer that. I don't want them to release something broken that doesn't work correctly. I'd rather them, hey, we messed up. It's going to get delayed. We need to fix it. Cool. Awesome. I feel like we've gotten radio silence on it for the past long while, but a few months now, we've heard absolutely nothing. But it's unfortunate because this game does need something new. It's really hurting for a new game mode really badly, in my opinion, because raids are stale. I don't care for war very much. It's just Crucible for me right now, and I feel like this really, really needs to come into the game to give new PvE content that doesn't involve raids.
Yeah, I do like that the Battle World itself is being delayed as well. I do think that's a good thing because I'd rather have it be released in a done state, tested state, that they don't have to go change things because the stats don't look right, the rewards don't look right. Test all that stuff, make it work correctly. I don't like that the roadmap gets delayed though. Why do you think that got delayed? Even if it's just a blurb in there, or a paragraph in there, like, all right, we're working on Battle World. Here's some new things that we added since this came out a few months ago. We looked at this, or even like we were going down this direction. We decided not to go down this direction. We're going down this direction. Or this is some of the challenges that we were having. I would like to see something about that in a roadmap. What about these moments? They talked about these moments a while. We see a preview of it here. What do you think these are going to be? We haven't had too much information about what these moments are. What do you think these are when they're finally released in the game?
Yeah, so a lot of the speculation, we thought moments were going to be what tokens are, which is like an automatic upgrade, right? And that's what tokens turned out to be. So I think moments might actually boost their stats, almost like a quote unquote rework if you use like the moments on them. So it's like they'll get the stat increase. But I don't know. I think that's the only thing that might be able to happen. You think it's going to be tied to Battle World, and that's why we had any information on moments? Because tokens was teased around the same time as moments. Tokens have been in the game since the Old Man Logan release, and possibly before that, but that's when it was made most known. What do you think is going on with moments? Is it tied to Battle World, and that's why we have no information on this right now? Yeah, I'm assuming moments is going to be tied as like a reward for Battle World because there's been radio silence on both, and I feel like there's no way that they're not hand in hand the exact same thing. Whether it's a reward structure, whatever it might be, I think that's going to have to be what it is.
All right, so other big surprises. What are you predicting as far as big surprises from the 2024 roadmap whenever it comes, whether it be first half or just 2024?
I think Battle World's going to get a big update. I think we're going to get a big news about Battle World when it's coming. Hopefully it's finalized and ready to go. I hope we get a teaser as to who the big bad is, because I know it was kind of rumored that Magneto was in it, because on the first picture, you have the little asteroid M. I'm hoping they tease another big bad that's part of that, and maybe that's another kind of legendary, and that can tie into the Age of X with Professor X kind of thing. I'm really hoping that they announce another game mode. I don't think that's going to happen though, because Battle World's been delayed so much though. Yeah.
All right. What about any quality of life changes you want coming, or some alliance management tools that's been teased for a while now? What kind of changes would you want to see in that department?
Yeah, so definitely alliance changes. Something that would be good. I would love for this to be in game, but at least on the website is having like your raid lanes, and it's specific to who logs into the website. If they look, they can go and see, hey, I'm in this lane. This lane's highlighted for me because I'm here. Or if it's in game, you literally go into your strike team, or only your strike team is highlighted. So it's like, hey, you're set to do this one. You click that one, and then it shows your lane as like lit up of like, hey, go here.
Oh, I'd like that. Not just, I mean, that not just helps not just alliance leaders, but just members as well. Just like,
absolutely,
there's a lot of when these raids rotate, I'm like, which lane am I in? Which am I doing the right lane? Yeah, that'll be so much easier.
It'll be easier now too, because there's less gamma raids, right? So it's just the spotlight raids and just incursion now.
Yeah,
which is nice.
two raids.
So it's 2 raids now instead of the rotating 4 and then the 3 with gamma and the 1 with incursion. So it's a little bit easier, but streamline the process, man. Especially
oh my
for
goodness!
New players.
When we had gamma raids, I think I was in strike team 2 for gamma raids and strike team 3 for everything else. So sometimes I would go into run. Yeah, this is so much easier. I like how it is now. That was so confusing with all 3 raids. And some people come into Alliance and like, oh wait, now you're in a different strike. It was,
and then they didn't have infestation built, so we had to move them around to somewhere else. It was so annoying.
And that was so confusing for me as an Alliance member. Imagine how it confused for the leaders and everything trying to organize all that stuff. So yes, hopefully we got a lot of information on 2024 roadmap, and it includes all these Alliance management tools that were teased almost a year ago at this point.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Let's move on to Out of Time. As the schedule continues with their 4 months schedule, I think they're still on track for Out of Time, right? You said they are?
They are, yep.
Okay. Now, we're going to have 2 characters, definitely farmable next month. Cosmic Ghost Rider Starbrand definitely should become farmable. What are your thoughts on Black Knight? Will Black Knight become farmable when Out of Time becomes farmable? He is a dark promotion character, and when they introduced diamonds, they said every character 4 months, except for dark promotion characters. So they wouldn't be going back on their words if Black Knight is not farmable. What do you think is going to happen with this? What are your predictions, and what have you heard as far as rumors?
So originally I thought Black Knight would not be farmable, right?
Okay.
But then they made
I assumed that as well.
Right, but the only thing that really changed my mind personally was that they made them required for a legendary and Stargated it. So imagine if they Stargate Logan the way they did, and then make Black Knight not farmable in a campaign node, incursion campaign, whatever it might be, right? I've also heard some rumors that we're going to be getting that he is going to be farmable, which is going to be awesome, which would be really, really cool. But I don't know if that's coming from speculation or the same kind of mindset that I have.
Want that happening.
Right, or I want that happening. But honestly, I feel like the fact that there is a Stargate on Old Man Logan and he is a character required for that, I think they almost can't not make him farmable. Just as goodwill for the community. I think that would be kind of crazy because they know damn well that we don't think a premium orb at 2% drop rate is farmable at all. So
now I definitely think he should become farmable before the second run of the Old Man Logan event.
Absolutely.
Do you think that his farmability will be next month though, or definitely before this? As long as it's before the second Old Man Logan run, it's fine.
I think it'll be 100% before the Old Man Logan.
I think so too. I think it has to.
Before like on the 4 month schedule, that I don't know about.
That's the thing, right?
That's going to remain to be seen. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to remain to be seen.
All right. Neither of us have any idea, so let me know your predictions down below as we move on to the event that's going on right now. This Great White North event. Like, it's okay. What do you think of this event? There's no milestone. There's no leaderboard. Usually the ones in the leaderboard have better rewards.
Yeah.
Decent stuff for free to play here. You got some whale stones down here. What do you think of this event? Based around blitzing, spending ISO 8 energy.
I mean, it's a lot of the events that don't have like a leaderboard auction tied to it are very for me, and they don't really entice me to push, because for the leaderboard ones, I want to push to make sure I get that 1 to 3%, because that's the bulk of my Crimson gear, right? Like that's the only reason I'm as far as I am with red gear right now, because of those leaderboards. Like if you're getting 50 pieces for the 1 to 3%, that's almost 3 full pieces worth of G19, which is ridiculous. So like this, I'm not getting to milestone 18, and nothing before it really entices me.
There's some really good stuff here,
Yeah, man.
But you gotta be. I don't even think you could get this by just spending ISO 8. I think you gotta actually spend to get the 19, 20 to get some of this good stuff here.
Or the cores. You got to spend like 20,000 cores to supplement the 120,000 points as well.
I forgot about the core score.
Dude.
Yeah.
If this had really good rewards, I would core for it. But these rewards are meh. They're not great. Yeah. Honestly, if this had really good rewards, I'd core for it.
I would pre-coring if the Crimson started around milestone 15. Because I think you could get to milestone 15 with just coring and spending ISO 8 energy. Some of this other stuff, I think you need to spend, but yeah,
absolutely.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm probably not going to be pushing too much on this. What about this Alliance milestone? Actually, let me go back to the, right here. All right. And as far as that milestone, Dulam, I'm done blitzing. Are you done with this horribleness of blitzing?
I think I'm around like 16K. So I'm pretty close. I need like 4,000 more. So I think like another 5 rotations at most and I'll be good.
But you may not need to, because we have a quick rumble blitz. We have these golden bounty blitzes coming. And I think this is still within that time frame of the orb and the red star blitz, which you also get some blitz credits. So you may be very close to being done with just doing those events.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. And the daily objective gives you 750 blitz credits as well.
That's how I reached milestone 20. I was very close. I'm like, wait, I think I could get this without doing another blitz rotation. I was done. I'm like, yes, thank goodness.
Wrong with that. Absolutely. Anything to blitz less, man. But I will say, Scopely has toned down the blitzing. I will say that, right? Anytime we've had a web milestone, it's been about 2 to 3 rotations a day to do it. That's modern engagement. Cool. We're not doing like the Darkhawk release where it's 8 rotations a day. Your eyes are bleeding. Kang release, Agatha release. I'm okay with this. 3 times a day. That's okay.
Yeah, I think anything 4 or more is bad. Anything less than that is fine. Now, I did a lot of rotations because I want to be done with it. I don't want to last 4 days and do 2 rotations. I just want to be doing all. But I like that they give us options. I don't like when they do these 1-day events that you're like, oh, you got to do 4 rotations, then another day 4 rotations. I like that it's a 7-day event or whatever, and I could do my rotations. I could go super crazy on a couple days and then just not do anything on the weekends. Yeah, I like how it's structured. Obviously, these easy events, the rewards aren't that great, but I kind of like these easy events once in a while. What are your thoughts about this Whiteout event for the Alliance? Playing war battles, getting event orbs doesn't seem that difficult. The rewards don't seem that crazy unless you're getting some of these down here, but should be pretty easy to get right around milestone 15 or so for most alliances.
Yeah, you can actually get to 16 if I'm not mistaken, because the daily free claim is 1,000 for every alliance mate. So that's an extra 24,000 a day times 6 days, plus the 430,000 cap on the war attack. So you can get to 16. Unfortunately, getting to 17, somebody's going to need to spend in the alliance. So I think you're going to be roughly like 40,000 points short. And unfortunately, that's a lot for, like, say if you have one big spend in your alliance, that's a lot for a singular alliance mate to get. But the rewards are They're
getting milestone 16, not bad. You're going to do your war attacks anyway, as long as you're doing your free claims. This is kind of free stuff, so I'm all good with all this stuff. All right, and coming out today is Guardian, the next member of Alpha Flight. We'll have 4 members of Alpha Flight as Guardian comes in the game as playable. What are your thoughts of Guardian? Do you have a big hype level? Are you going to buy this character, or are you going to wait?
Oh, we're waiting. Absolutely waiting. Yeah, it's a raid and a war defense team. No going crazy here.
So the thing about this is, even if you bought Northstar, bought Guardian, you still would not be able to do the raids because Sasquatch is not released. So what do you think most alliances should do? Just kind of wait and then maybe push for Sasquatch, maybe hopefully get the free-to-play version of Guardian Northstar, or just wait till everything's free to play? How big are the reward jumps in the spotlight raids? Is it worth pushing for this team?
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like it'd be worth it to spend some cores on Sasquatch, since he's only a 45 shard unlock, right? That's roughly 7 to 8 orbs, right?
That makes sense.
It's not terrible. It's about 4,500 to 5,000 cores, depending on your luck. You could pull one and get a 40, and you're like, well, I'm almost done. Click one more, done, right? Yeah. But I don't think it's worth it for Guardian or Northstar, because we're most likely going to have them free to play or be very close to getting them free to play by the time Sasquatch is able to be cored. So you can have the full team almost immediately. And be able to get through, because the rewards for the spotlight raids are pretty good, but it's also those the leaderboard milestone points that you're getting to make sure you're doing well in the raid season payout as well, because that's one of the main places you get a lot of red gear.
So if you're a free-to-play alliance, maybe save some cores. Get the free-to-play release for North Star. Get the free-to-play release for Guardian. As soon as Sasquatch gets in the Orb, has an Orb, that's when you spend your power core. Just get that unlock, and then you and your alliance are good to go as a free-to-play alliance.
Absolutely. Yep.
I like that. I like that. And Dulam, what do you think about the pressure from the alliance, the way that these spotlight raids are structured? You know, we pretty much, if you have Spider Society, you use 50% on these spotlight raids right now, but you're not going to be able to get to 100% without Alpha Flight. How much pressure is it on individual alliance members to buy this Alpha Flight to help out the alliance get that 100% quicker?
There's a little bit of pressure, but I feel like the fact that Sasquatch is coming out last, and like I said, he's that 45 shard unlock, so you can round out the team really quickly, is nice. Also, you're always going to have a lane mate, right? Somebody is always going to be a partner with you. So what we're doing in our alliance is we're pairing the people who are for sure not going to spend or anything like that, pairing them with the people who already spent, no extra pressure. It's people who are going to do it anyway. So we're going to have the free-to-play players complete the Spider Society nodes, and then the spenders are going to just do all of the Alpha Flight nodes. And then we're able to do all of the nodes, get 100% with only half the alliance, who was probably already going to spend, just being able to do the Alpha Flight nodes. Nice, smart.
So yeah, not everybody needs to spend half. If you guys want 100% your spotlight rates, at least half will need to spend. If you want to do it right now, obviously you guys could wait till everybody gets it free to play and just smashing that stuff like there. But it looks like the devs want you to buy these offers a lot more. I guess since the introduction of diamonds, having these character shards get released a lot sooner. Character sales, these initial character offers haven't been selling as much, which is why we got this message yesterday. Take Flight with Guardian and Alpha and Sasquatch. Take Flight is a premium event, 2 parts. First goes live with Guardian's arrival, and second goes live with Sasquatch. Take Flight Milestone delivers a major payload of resources as a reward for recruiting these powerful Alpha Flight characters. So not only do you get to buy the characters when you purchase them, like we could have before, but you're also getting more milestones. So not only do you get these Spotlight Raid Orbs, you get this showcase event for a new team. What do you think of adding this extra stuff to entice people to buy these offers?
As a business standpoint, it's a great idea, right? Yeah. It ups the initial sales. And like you said, the initial sales were probably down because of the farmability so soon. I know a lot of people, when that blog came out, that, hey, if they're going to be available in 4 months, why am I spending money to get them right away? What's the point? There's no point to it. So they're enticing it more by giving more, I guess, value to it with the red gear and the diamonds, which is stuff that spenders really want, because those are the whales, the kraken, stuff like that need the red gear and the diamonds, right? I'm curious to see if this is setting a precedence for doing this for every single team, or if it's just doing it for Alpha Flight because the sales this team was bad, and it's war defense and a raid, so people spend less on these teams. Usually, so maybe they're just trying to bolster it because it's war defense and raid teams.
So you get points for this by purchasing Guardian offers. You get point for the next one by purchasing Sasquatch offers. Some of the rewards will include North Star and Guardian shards, diamonds for Sunfire, gold, training modules, Crimson Eater pieces. Also diamonds for Wolverine in the second module or in the second milestones. Are these rewards enough to entice you to buy these characters, considering that they're also needed for the spotlight raids? And yeah, you can get a little value from war defense, but mainly for the spotlight raids.
It depends. It honestly depends on the quantity of what's going to be put in these initial offers, because it says Crimson Gear, right? But how much? Is it 10 orbs? Is it 50 orbs? Is it 100 orbs? Like, is it really worth it?
You have to buy all the offers, Dulam. You cannot buy one offer. You cannot just get the unlock and get Crimson Gear.
And you know what I would have liked to add on to this is if they allowed an option for the milestones, is if you unlocked them via core spending as well. There's no option whatsoever for core spending.
That sounds good for players. As I think about that, there's no money to spend for you though. That's
exactly.
why there's no money spending.
Exactly why they didn't do it, which I get it. It's a business.
I'd like that. Players would like that, but Scopely, there's no benefit for them to do that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right. I think all this stuff is fine. Let's move on to the coming out milestones, though. There's some issues with this. I think the rewards were pretty good. If we look at the rewards that we got here, we got this orb, this coming out orb. We got some dark promo credits. Get some character shards, all that stuff. We got a Val here. All that stuff is good. There were some issues with this. So before we go talk about the issues, what do you think of the rewards? You think about this event?
Fine. I mean, it was a nothing event for extra rewards. It was very low engagement. It was easy to find everything. One of them was in the free claim, and then the other one was in like a campaign node.
That's where the issues came from, though.
Yeah,
free claim.
That's the problem.
So if you were on for those 24 hours, it was fine. If you were on Saturday, Sunday looking for the stuff, it was only available on Friday, and that is where this inbox messages. The inbox messages outlining coming event didn't call out the website as a location to look for event items to ensure everyone has a fair chance to receive this item and can get the appropriate coming out milestone progress. We're extending the milestone event. I've sent everyone an item via inbox. You'll receive that inbox on June 11th to claim this. So that is a yellow stone. But when they did this, they extended the event. They didn't extend where the red stone was. So you needed to get that red stone from that Iceman farming location within the initial 3 days. Then if you didn't get the first one, you could have got that yellow stone. Do you think this was a fair solution for that? Because I saw some complaints of, hey, wait, we got the yellow, but where the hell is the red? It's gone. It's not on that Iceman node anymore. Do you think this was the right decision, or should they have extended the red stone as well? Because it was a little confusing for some players in the beginning.
So isolated, this was a great way to fix the issue, right? But the problem is they caused another problem by using this solution, and the redstone disappeared for the last 24 hours that they extended it, right? So I think at that point they should have just sent the redstone out as well to just to not have any issues whatsoever. But I mean, if you're not on for 3 days and you're not able to find the redstone in 3 days, are you really that engaged? So there's also that kind of thought process behind it too. I know it's over the weekend and everything like that. So that's also part of it. But still, you know, if you didn't get it within those 3 days, were you ever really going to get it?
I don't know. I don't think you would have. And Dulom, the other event that we had this weekend was this Golden Bounty Blitz. I like these blitzes. I think they're great events. Getting a lot of gold. And I got a lot of ultimate or awakened abilities for Old Man Logan's ultimate. How are you liking this? And where are you with Old Man Logan's ultimate abilities?
First of all, do this for every single team coming out or every single legendary, whatever it is. This is the best idea I think they've ever had. This is such a player friendly way to get one of the awakened abilities, because we know from the Green Goblin awakened abilities, they're not going to be available for probably 6 months, right?
Yeah, so, they said that as well. Right. They said that as well. Yeah.
So I feel like this is a great way to get the awaken abilities. And it's also about 5 million gold in your bank every weekend for 8 weeks. It's an extra, it's 40 million gold. Like that's an extra 2 characters almost. Like it's a lot of gold. It doesn't look like that much up front, but over the time it's, 20 million a month, 40 million over the 8 weeks. It adds up quick, man. And it's really nice to have for sure.
Where are you with your awakened abilities? I think I'm going to be done in a couple weeks. Definitely done before the 8. The 8 weeks is done. And I think most engaged players should be done with this before the 8 weeks is done. So I think that's a great thing. Where are you at that?
You are 5 ahead of me. So I'm at 140 and you're at 145.
Oh, you know what? I should be 10 ahead of you because I forgot one last blitz. So I did 4 on one weekend and then 5 on the other. So I was like, instead of the full 10, I got stuff. So like I missed out some gold, and eventually I'll get this over the 8 weeks. But yeah, I missed out on it. I think I got that because I cored on Dokken, thinking that I would get get him unlocked, but he needed to be at 3 stars that first week. I'm like, I cored for nothing.
Yeah,
I guess it helped in the subsequent weeks. Yeah, but I think this is a great thing. I'm like, I think they should do this every single time that there's a legendary or add awaken abilities. I think this is a great thing for engagement. I'm highly engaged in the weekend. Weekends are normally when I'm trying to take a break, but yeah, I'm like, I got to blitz.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. I need gold and give me those awaken abilities. Absolutely.
So I think it's a good trade-off. You know, Scopely gives us gold, gives the awaken abilities, and they get their logins and engagements on the weekends that they want, those metrics that they want. I'm willing to give them their metrics for my gold, so it's cool.
Absolutely. It's a fair trade for me, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Absolutely.
All right, and Dulam, we mentioned this a little earlier. The Raid Orbs are getting an update. Now, I was a little confused about what was happening. They mentioned 10x and things like that in the initial blog post. It did get clarified, and what it says now, to help you save time opening orbs, we're adding a new 10x orange gear raid orb, 10x orange elite raid orb, and 10x purple raid orb. Man, I got through that without any flubs to the raid orb. You could choose either normal orbs, claim your rewards in bulk using the 10x option. Now, this is what I was confused about. The reward quantity and cost for the 10x orbs are exactly 10x. So they cost 10 more, the rewards are exactly the same. So this is just basically allowing it to open these orbs faster. What do you think of this change, and why haven't they done this for all orbs? Those armory orbs that you mentioned, some of our other orbs, maybe not the blitz orbs because we want to save those for characters, but every other orbs, give us an option. Why haven't they done this for us? Is this just kind of a test to see if it doesn't crash the system, Dulam?
It might be. I think it's a nice quality of life change in lieu of the open alls, and I feel like this needs to be added to the Armory 14s, 15s, 16s, in the supply store. Just everything that we usually have more than 10 of. You don't really have to do like gold orbs or training orbs because we usually open those as we get them because we need gold and training orbs, right? But the other gear stuff that comes in like big clumps, we need a solution to it, because I'm not going to sit there and open 1,800 orbs by 10 because I'm bored. I'm never that bored. I have a life. Like I just give me the 100x and I'll do it 16 times instead of 160 times.
I like it. I want to open all this stuff. I don't because of the time. So if they gave me an option to do all this stuff faster, would be enticed to do that a little bit more. So yeah, I got all these orbs. I'm just going to wait and see what happens with the open all orb budget, and hopefully a lot of it gets converted. A lot of these old orbs gets converted to use that 10x button there, and I hope that happens very soon. We got more T4s. We got these spotlight raids, and the promise was that we're going to get more T4s. Well, it wasn't initially like that. The first week or so, I think some alliances could have gotten less T4s, but what they did, they extended the raid season leaderboard. That's good. And now we're getting even more stuff. So previously announced T4 building materials were moved from the raid season leaderboards after June 23rd. To adjust the T4 to the intended levels after removal, we're increasing T4 abilities and raid completion rewards for Greek raids starting June 24th. So even more coming to the Greek raids when this is done. What do you think of this change for T4s, and does it really matter? Have you been really starved for T4s, or is this a huge change for you?
I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed I have no issues with T4s anymore. I don't know if it's because of the changes and they've doubled up on this and what it's been going on, but as of recently, I haven't dropped below like 3,000 in the past month or so. And I don't know if that's just because I'm stingy with them, but I'm noticing I'm able to put on a couple more luxury ones that I wasn't able to before. But honestly, this is just, it's the same T4s, it's just in a different place. And as long as they did the math right, which Scopely's notoriously known for not doing it right, as long as they did it right, then I don't really care. I'm still getting it from raids. It's still from the same place. It's just like kind of a different street to get to the same destination, if that makes sense, you know?
It does. Now, as far as their miscalculations, though, I don't think we lost out on any T4s, because before we actually got the rewards and things, I think they got shifted. I think the season rewards were fine in time, and they adjusted that. So I don't think we missed out on anything as well. But just as far as T4, I got about 1,600. I haven't needed these for a while either. But there was a time that was like, I got nothing. I can't upgrade these new characters and stuff. So they did something. I'm not sure what the heck they did, but it is a good thing. Now, as far as the orbs and hoarding them, I think I'm going to hoard my Spotlight Raid Orbs because of the announcement that we got. Introduction of the Spotlight Raid Orbs. We want to clarify detail about potential future updates. Your collection of Spotlight Raid Orbs will not be removed when a character shard is updated in the orb. We'll make an announcement in advance if we plan to introduce a different character in raids, but we have no plans to do this in the near future. All right, so I think this is a interesting thing here. I have 47 of these Spotlight Raid Orbs. I think I'm just going to save these because Void Knight is already maxed out. What are you going to do with these? Are you going to hoard them right now? Or are you going to open them all, get that Ultimus food, and then get potentially some character shards that you may not already have at 7 stars in this Ultimate supply store? What are you leaning towards as your usage of these Spotlight Raids Orbs?
I'm going to hoard them until I really, really need Ultimus credits. And then what I'm going to do is, so essentially every open of a Spotlight Raid Orb gives you 5 of the premium tune, right?
Yes.
So usually when they went in there, right? Usually when a tune becomes farmable, I usually need roughly about 300 more shards because I'm usually pretty close to the 6-star because I get the passes.
Okay.
So 300 divided by 5, whatever that math is, you do that and then you're good to go. And then you have enough. And then you could just keep that surplus backlogged of like 30 orbs, right? Because 30 times 5 is 150. So you need 60 orbs. So keep a backlog of 60 orbs because that'll give you 300 shards right off rip.
Okay.
If you're hoarding them, and then you can use the rest for Ultimus food if you want. But honestly, I have plenty of Ultimus credits. I'm just going to let them build up.
I am wondering though, if when Void Knight is removed, someone else gets in there, is that character already going to be at 7 stars? For some reason, I already had Void Knight at 7 stars. And I think because his shards were made so available in like milestones, and I think he was in a pass like 3 or 4 times in between the 2 passes. So he had a lot of shards. So do you think the next character in this, most players or engaged players that buy the pass and think we'll already have them at 7 stars, or will it be a total unfarmable character, maybe like a Black Knight or something like that?
So it seems like this is going to be another avenue they're using for to make characters farmable because there's only so many avenues they have, right? Blitz, Arena, Raid, War, and then a campaign node. With Void Knight, I think people had more than they expected because a lot of people chose Void Knight for the Dark Dimension 7 rewards as well. So they got an extra 100 shards from that.
I forgot all about that. Thanks for remembering that. That's why. That's why.
So that was a big thing, and you're correct. I think his was an Arena event, his unlock event. So those are usually more generous than normal because you open the orbs and they have pretty decent drop rates. And then he was in like 2 passes, I think. And then a lot of people picked him for the Dark Dimension 7 rewards because he's so plug and play compared to Red Goblin, who were the 2 choices you had. So I think that's why it looked like we had way more than we did normally.
Makes sense. I totally forgot about the Dark Dimension 7 rewards. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, moving on. Cosmic Crucible. Last week, at the end of last week, you're the only player in the world that was 6-0 because it was only possible to go 3-0. But you participated in an Envoy tournament before that, and you were the one that won it, 3-0. So last week, you're the only one that went 6-0. How did you do this week?
This week 1-2 actually.
Struggling.
Ouch. Yeah, so struggling a little bit. Had some misplays honestly on my part. Offense wise, and then defense wise, I didn't put a Nightcrawler with my Old Man Logan, and they were able to New Warriors echo my Old Man Logan, so I gave them a little gift there.
Nice.
But I've got some tricks up my sleeve for my week 4 defense, and I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to work out.
All right. Well, I don't want you to reveal those week 4 defenses or week 3 defenses. What are you doing on offense? What are some surprising teams that you've seen on offense? One of the, for me, Pegasus taking out Infinity Watch. I didn't think that would work, but it's worked every single day this week. Other surprise, it seems like the Undying team is making a comeback. I haven't really used them too much in previous seasons. I'm using them all the time now so far this season. What are some surprising offensive changes that you seeing? That's not Cabal, not Masters of Evil.
SD is becoming a massive master key. Honestly, if you see Dormammu pretty much in any room that isn't with Extreme, you want to use SD there. If you see Spider Society, SD is great into Spider Society as well. If you throw in like a Lizard or a Cosmic Ghost Rider instead of Doctor Strange. If you see a Superior 6 without Lizard, you can actually just full Secret Defenders it, even if it's in room 5. So that's another great option. Like Secret Defenders are
hold on.
nuts.
Full Secret Defenders, even with the OG Doctor Strange, or you're placing with somebody else?
At level 1,
really?
Doesn't matter. Yep, at level 1, doesn't matter.
What does he bring? His passive? I'm assuming he's just going to die very soon.
He's giving extra speed to Ms. Marvel Hardlight. So Ms. Marvel Hardlight is able to get in front of the Green Goblin Classic and rewind him. and then your Black Cat stuns Green Goblin Classic, and he is a non-event, and then Robbie and everybody else just go from there, and it's over.
Oh, okay. Anything else? Undying, Secret Defenders, any other teams that you've noticed? I mean, for me, Superior 6 has kind of fallen off hard.
Yeah, Superior 6. I mean, mine hasn't, because I put 3 diamonds on GGC the second I could. So he's 3 diamond, and he will be he's second in line in my tech to go up to G19. So when he's G19, 3 diamonds, and the rest of my Superior 6 are all Craven's 3 diamond G19, Vulture's 3 diamond G19. So like the team is massive. I went really hard on that team. But yeah, that team's starting to fall off a little bit. They're finding their footing as not the Apex team because they don't have global rules helping them out anymore.
They don't have the rules anymore. They had like 3 seasons in a row and they were just so dominant. Now it's the time for Cabal and Masters of Evil to shine.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's move on to the other big node that we're talking about. Not Wolverine, the Epic campaign, Dark Dimension. How are you in Dark Dimension? I just beat the unlimited section today, but I'm not even ready for City. I thought I was really, really far off. You helped me with some picks though. Help me look at these picks. I guess I'm not as far off as I thought, bringing big time instead of another Spider Society. What are you doing with Dark Dimension right now?
So I finished Unrestricted and I brought APOC and Super Scroll because I knew they would be so useful for other game modes and stuff like that.
Nice.
For City, I ended up doing Noir, Robbie Reyes, Big Time, and who was the other one? It was Big Time. Vulture was the other one. So Vulture was the big one. Vulture's great in a lot of game modes, obviously, and he's only 2 pieces as well. And then for Global, you have my exact same there. I'm running the 3 Cabal members with Black Knight and Nightcrawler.
Yeah, previously I had Extreme X-Men here before we started recording. I switched to Cabal because of the points you made. Cosmic Crucible, that's a game mode you like. I like that in the game mode as well. So I wanted to know his character strong there. And just with Extreme, just too many mutants. Not sure what I'm going to do with Cosmic because this is a lot of Mystic characters here. I may switch these choices here. What about Legendary? I think Goblin, Black Cat, Nova, Old Man Logan are pretty good choices. What do you think for the 5th though? Akka have in there right now. What are you leaning towards the 5th?
The 5th, I'm actually leaning towards a Horseman, and it's going to depend on what gear I have the most for. I'm almost positive it won't be Morgan Le Fay because I'm taking Nova in, and Nova and Morgan Le Fay both use Tempered Osmium.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm using a lot of Mystic gear in Mythic because of obviously Doom, either or. So I'm really leaning towards either Rogue or Rolk. Rogue is really becoming one of the best horsemen just because paired with Extreme, Rogue is so good. And that's what Rogue needed, was a team around her to be really, really good. And I think Rogue is becoming extremely, extremely plug and play with Extreme being in places. So I think Rogue is one of my top choices, but it depends on which gear I have more of, Mutant or Bio.
Yeah, she's becoming better and better in Cosmic Crucible with the Extreme, right? That Taunter, trying to get around that taunt. Sometimes you can't get around the taunt, and then Gambit and Nightcrawler do their thing. Yeah,
I put 7 reds on her now. She was at 5 reds until a week ago. I put 7 red on her finally. She was literally at 5 reds since she released. And I finally put 7 red on her, and I'm debating diamonds, but I know the second I click diamonds, Super Scroll and Black Knight are going to come out, and I'm going to regret my life not putting diamonds on them immediately.
But don't you want those diamonds for Scroll and Black Knight? Because if you don't put yours on, they'll never be released, dude.
Yeah, because that's why I love the way I did it for Green Goblin Classic. I saved for him. So the second he came out, he was 3 diamond right off rip. It was immediate. I didn't waste any time.
Yeah, I planned to do that, and then I did 2 for Black Cat, 2 for Green Goblin Classic, and 2 for Quicksilver. I just spread it out instead of doing 1. Yeah, instead of 3. So I don't know. Hopefully, the long term, that's a better decision, but we'll see. All right, and that is it, Dulom. Lots going on this week. Lots of events, Cosmic Crucible, and hopefully we get some word on the 2024 roadmap very, very soon. What is your big takeaway week, brother?
Dude, Cosmic Crucible is really fun. There's a lot of variety in Cosmic Crucible with these rules. It seems like we're going to be getting Alpha Flight relatively soon, and the team seems pretty good in raids. It's going to be interesting to see how they function at lower stars as well in the spotlight raids, and if people are really going to have to invest in them, or if they're going to be able to min max and be able to take them to just like G17, G18, level 95 and just leave them there. So it's going to be interesting to see if people are able to min max those nodes.
Do you think they'll be able to use them in Cosmic Crucible at all, or just raids and war for Alpha Flight?
Maybe North Star plug and play in room 5.
The revive
mechanic, because he removes the revive. That's the only way I see them being used, because they're just so slow outside of raids and war, unfortunately.
Makes sense. I'm looking forward to it all. Hopefully Cosmic Crucible gets better. I'm having a lot of fun on a week-to-week basis, on a day-to-day basis, but overall the trophy situation, the ranking rewards, I hope that gets improved significantly. Yeah. But overall, I'm having a great week in Marvel Strike Force. Hopefully you are as well. And hopefully enjoyed this video and got some value from this video. And if you did, leave it a like. It is free for you. Tremendously helps out the channel and that YouTube algorithm. Make sure you check out Dulam's channel as well. His links are down below. Give him a subscribe. Check out his content. It's really, really awesome stuff. And if you want to see what are the best characters to use your dark promos, dark diamonds on, check out the video up there. And let's get a fist bump and get out of here, Dulam. Are you ready for the fist bump of the week?
Always,
here we go. Hog fist bump, ValleyFlyin, Dulam out. Have a great day. Have a great week, guys.